Hello all, welcome back to Mir Books. Today we'll go through the book Special Theory of Relativity by V.A. Ugarov. This book has the dust jacket has some wears and tears, so I have taped it to make it intact. Let's go through the introduction. Special theory of relativity is one of the legends of the 20th century. It begins to excite imagination from the very childhood, while the flights of spaceships, whose speed is far from relativistic speed, the semi-fantastic ideas of the STR. The present book is a rather profound study of special relativity, providing physical facts which compel one to discard the obvious Galilean transformations and devoting much space to the methods of derivation of the basic formulae of the STR. The four-dimensional formalism is introduced quite naturally without redundant details. The appendices contain information about tensors, determinants, etc. The calculations are followed with requisite explanations. The illustrations make the exposition more comprehensible. Some topics introduced by the author have only recently appeared in scientific journals. Example, visible shape of bodies moving with relativistic velocities, the applicability of Abraham's tensor, etc. You can see this is a very interesting book. Let's see who's the translator. So this book was translated by Yuri Etanov. Okay. And this book was published in 1979. So there are more advances now. Russian edition is 1977. Author's preface. So here you can see there is some two chapters, two parts I think, written by B.M. Botolowski and S.N. Stolyarov. Okay, we'll go through the contents. Chapter 1, Classical Mechanics and the Principle of Relativity. So as you can see, basics, there's basics, Galilean transformation, principle of relativity, Newton's second law, absolute time and absolute space, the generalization of the Galilean principle of relativity. Good. Chapter 2, the Einstein's postulates, the interval between events, the Lorentz transformation. First is Einstein's postulates, then we have relativistic frame of reference, propagation of the light wave profile, an interval between events, the Lorentz transformation as a consequence of invariance of the interval between events, geometric illustration of the Lorentz transformation. Interesting. Chapter 3, consequences of the Lorentz transformation, the classification of intervals and the principle of causality, the K calculus. So here you can see you have K calculus also. So chapter 4, the four-dimensional space-time, a pseudo-Euclidean space, relativistic mechanics of a particle, a four-velocity and four-acceleration, a four-vector energy momentum, rest mass of a system, the binding energy. Then chapter 6, we have the Maxwell theory in a relativistic form, and electromagnetic field tensor, Lorentz force, Minkowski equations for moving media. Then we have the transformation of electric and magnetic moments. Chapter 7, optical phenomena and the special theory of relativity, properties of plane light waves, light quanta as relativistic particles. We have uncertain paradoxes of the special theory of relativity, faster than light velocities, the clock paradox, the thread and lever paradox. What are supplements? Who developed the special theory of relativity and how? So there are some papers or articles. Okay, supplement. And we have main events related to the history of the STR. For the history also, the basic formula of electrodynamics and the Gaussian system. It starts from the basic. We'll go through the book briefly. So here all the required illustrations are given, so it's easy for you to read and understand. So I think this book is 100 because we have to open papers and all. So anyway, we'll skip that. We'll go through the book briefly. So as you can see, from top to bottom, text, it is filled with text. So if you are using one, you have to highlight the important points and keep things and write in other in notebook to get the maximum out. It is bit difficult to, yeah, it's because it is filled with text and but they have given illustrations. But anyway, Mir books are totally different and interesting. Even pages are different from other publishers. So we are in Einstein's postulates and Lorentz transformation. So as you can see, uh, from basic to it is building up slowly. This is K calculus. We have mechanics of a particle, relativistic mechanics of a particle. Yeah, same. And Maxwell theory in relativistic form. So it is not for beginners, it is for you should have some knowledge, and it will you should have a good maths knowledge. So here some relativity has happened on the printing itself. So yes, we have, this is chapter 7, optical phenomena and the special theory of relativity. Sorry for the lighting and all. So as you can see, yeah, text it's filled with text, and as needed you have illustrations and all the equations. So this is a very rare book. In last 5 years I have seen only one book. I have collected so many books, but I have seen only one book in last 5 years. But it doesn't mean it's rare because I haven't seen, but it's rare. Only few people own this book. So yeah, that's it. So here you have about the professor, the author, the late Vladimir Ugarov, candidate of science, physics and maths, was an assistant professor at the chair of theoretical physics of the Lenin Pedagogical Institute in Moscow. As early as 1940s, he published a number of articles devoted to the problems which were the great interest at the time, namely collective interactions in plasma and electromagnetic radiation in accelerators. He is the author of the original study pertaining to the propagation of coherent light radiations in cylindrical waveguides. For 20 years, Guru actively participated in the weekly theoretical seminar conducted in the Lebedev Institute of Physics of the USSR Academy of Sciences. He was a natural-born teacher, an ardent promoter of the achievements of physics, and an indefatigable editor of popular literature on physics. He edited several Russian editions for Physics for Entertainment by Perelman, and the latest edition of the textbook Fundamentals of the Theory of Electricity by Item. He compiled a series of booklets on modern physics for secondary school students. So author has an interesting history, and here you can see read about the Mir Publishers of Moscow. So this book was dust jacket has had many variant, and I have made it intact. So this book is going to a customer, so it's the letter for him. And interestingly, here you can see Einstein's voltage section. Okay, thank you for watching. See you on the next video.